Hello, welcome to Ethan Live. Today is Wednesday, August the 26th. I am your host, Papa Jeff, and I'm joined by co-host Debbie. Debbie, how are you doing today on Wednesday?
I'm good. It's beautiful outside. It's good. And I hear you said it was National Dog Day.
Today is National
That's
Dog Day today. That's a big celebration.
Yes. People should have the day off from work, shouldn't
They
they?
should have the day off.
So they can
Especially
spend it with their dog.
this special day encourages adoption from shelters, promotes responsible
Oh,
pet ownership, recognizes unconditional love dogs bring into our lives, takes your furry friend for an extra long walk, spoil them with a new toy, or donate to a local rescue, or your favorite 501c3 that helps out dogs and cats in the community, which would
there
be
you go.
Ethan Almighty's blessings.
That would be AEAB. I think that's our favorite for sure.
It is also National Cherry Popsicle Day.
Oh,
National Toilet Paper Day.
okay. Does that
Well,
mean we
in a
need
lot
to
of ways, this day is
stockpile
full of
or?
crap.
Oh, that was good. That was good. You were quick on that one.
So anyway, several things to sort of touch on. I guess we'll start off with the one that's frustrating me the most currently,
Yeah,
which
get
is
that out of your
Hardin
system.
County. This case in Hardin County, the defendant is next appearance is Monday, this coming Monday, August 31st at 10:15. Sage.
Yes.
Um, if you're around Hardin
Mm.
County in E-Town, 10:15 on Monday, feel free to come out. So far, this defendant is still being charged with a misdemeanor. This was the one. There were two ladies that were there close to where this dog was in Hardin County. Saw the dog in distress. It was tied to a fence with the rope around its neck, tied to a fence, so it couldn't
Yes.
move more than 3-4 feet off of the fence. You can find the videos out there. No shade, no water, no
Hmm.
food. Um, and it was the index was it's 110. So that means
Yeah.
so
Right.
temperature 110 degrees. Also, if anyone has any comments, I meant to grab the link and put it as the first comment on there, but I didn't. I couldn't get the link off of. I didn't send it
Um,
to myself. So if you have a comment, feel free to enter it into the. If you have a question, feel free to enter it in the comments. I'll get to it. If you'd like
right.
to join the show, send me something and I'll get you the link to get on
Get
there
you in.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so you can find the videos out here. They saw the dogs in distress, jump the fence to help the dog. They get the dog back across the street where they are at, and
Hmm.
that's when the story starts to change. There's
Yeah.
to uh, calls made to animal control or to the dispatch number, I will
Right.
say.
Yeah.
And I want to point out everything the information that I am giving,
Hmm.
I have either heard with my own ears or
Correct.
seen with my own
Seen.
eyes. I don't
Right.
like
This is
third
not
party.
conjecture.
I don't
No.
like third party information. Let me shut
Right.
this one door real quick.
No. This is all things that have been are factual.
I don't I don't like getting stuff that from different people. So I've reached out to the person handling the case in the county attorney's office, Don Jones. Reached out to detectives, and I've reached out to animal control, and I've spoken with the folks that filmed the videos
Hmm.
and gotten some information from them. So I digress. Calls are made.
Hmm.
The people that grabbed the dog and brought it across the street to help the dog were told, put the dog back or you'll be charged with theft.
Unbelievable.
Put the dog
But
back where you got it or you will be
uh-huh.
charged with stealing property.
Mm.
They put the dog back in the shade. Animal control eventually shows up, put the dog in the back of I don't think it's air conditioned in the back of their car. Maybe it is. Put the dog back in the hot car. They get to the shelter. Ultimately, the dog dies. Um, and the person there is being charged with a misdemeanor. Animal control came back out later, and they found they had 4 other dogs inside the house. Cited them all for second-degree animal
Local.
cruelty, not having vaccines. Um,
Local ordinances.
well, second-degree animal cruelty, and then some local stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
At that point, a couple folks from Hardin County reached out to me and said, "Why isn't this being charged as a felony?" It just happened to be a week or so after the Graves County stuff that came out, where 2 dogs died of heat exhaustion in their county, and they publicly said, "This is not going to happen in our county.
Right.
This is what we're going to do about it." Quoted the statute.
Right.
So I thought,
Because it's in the statute.
I'll reach out to some folks that I met in Hardin County. And I
Mm-hmm.
talked with the Don Jones out of the county attorney's office, detective involved with the case, and had reached out to animal control, but didn't hear anything back at that time. And again, when I am saying to you, I heard with my own ears, saw with my own eyes, conversations I had, not hearsay. When I spoke to the assistant county attorney in Hardin County, and this was back early July 10th, 11th, something like that, of this year. And this will be the next county attorney in Hardin County because he's running unopposed.
Unopposed.
He did not know the statute. It's hanging on my wall. I went to the wall and read it to him. He said to me, he had to charge, this was not a first offense felony. He had to charge him with first offense misdemeanor torture before he could charge him with this. Absolute not true.
Right.
Disappointing that I had to read the statute to him.
Very disappointing.
The other thing he said to me was, the necropsy is showing that the dog died of hyperthermia, but I don't have a vet that will testify that it was torture. To which I said to him, you don't need a vet to testify that this is torture. The Kentucky legislature has said a dog that dies of hyperthermia, restrained, and you can even prove intent because they had 4 dogs that were perfectly fine inside the house. This is textbook, word for word, black and white, felony torture, 525-135. You don't need a vet to say that. You just need a vet to say how the dog died.
Exactly.
Kentucky has already told you that's torture.
And you've got
that was necropsy. A month ago. A month has passed. I find out Monday. This is still being charged as a misdemeanor. I get some additional information that I hear with my own ears of someone involved in the case. This wasn't county attorney at this time. Involved in the case that I have already explained this to, that has said again, this is not a first offense felony, and the same thing with the torture thing. I happened to speak with that person today and clarify to that person, you do not have to have a prior offense. This is first offense felony, black and white. It mentions hyperthermia in the statute. It mentions restraint, and you can prove intent. They know how to take care of dogs. They got 4 of them inside. They got this one that's up outside.
So what other evidence do they need?
I also spoke with someone at Animal Control who told me as we're talking about this particular case, and everyone that I speak with is putting the blame somewhere else.
Naturally, yes.
County attorney saying my investigator, detective should have charged it a different way if that was the case. Animal Control saying it's on the county attorney. County attorney says I can't do anything. Investigator says the Animal Control should have charged something else. Here's the bottom line. The case isn't until Monday. You can still raise the charges. There's still time. I don't want to hear crap about how this case helped spark change. I've been told that. That's great. You still have time to fix this one.
Exactly.
People in Hardin County stood in a courtroom that we were in and accepted awards for doing good stuff with animals.
Yes.
It's time to step
applauded
up
their efforts.
And I've told, and I have reached out to the county attorney's office and put a call into Don Jones to ask if he would call me back to speak with him. He has not. I've only talked to him the one
Mhm.
time, which is about a month ago. I reached
Right.
out to him Monday. I've not heard anything back. I'd love to speak with him. Love to try to figure out, when I spoke with him, he said to me, if it was a felony, it wouldn't be in my hands. I don't know how the Commonwealth attorney would handle it. To which I replied to him, you're the only one that would know that. Call them. You've got their
Yeah.
number. Ask them.
Right. How hard is that? I
I
think
know
you
that Eric
just
Carr, and Eric Carr is not involved in this case. I'm just
no,
putting his name
no.
out there because he was involved with Morgan Barrick's case,
Barrett's
and
case. Uh-huh.
he's in the Commonwealth Attorney's office. Eric Carr did a fantastic job charging in that Morgan Barrick case. He had a lot of hills to climb because it was the old statute.
Yes.
I don't have any doubt in my mind. This is a slam dunk for Eric Carr.
Yeah, just
You
give it to
have
him.
the evidence
Yeah.
right there. You have
There.
videos of at the
Uh-huh.
moment the dog is in distress.
Right.
You've got the statute. It's
You have the
unbelievable to me.
necropsy. I
uh,
mean,
Unbelievable to me that this can be
uh,
happening in Hardin County
right.
uh, right now. I've told these people, the two people I've spoken with most recently, with the detective's office and animal control, that we worked our butts off for 4 years to get this passed. We've now
Uh-huh.
tracked cases for over 2 years.
Exactly.
This is the most textbook black and white we've ever seen. If you can't charge this person in this case with this felony statute, I don't know what we're doing.
No, I know. And just say you don't, I mean, to not know the statute, I mean,
Embarrassing.
that's your job. That's your
Embarrassing.
job.
Now
Yes.
I'll say
I'd
I've
be
talked to a couple
ashamed to
people.
say that.
I've talked to a couple people that like Mr. Jones. I'm sure he's a fine fellow. I should not have to be reading the statute to him off of my wall.
No,
You should
no,
not send a detective to investigate this crime, and the detective doesn't know the statute.
no.
That's a problem.
Yes, definitely. So why do they
So
not
I
know the
am
statute?
frustrated beyond belief with that particular case. We have
Yes.
worked way too hard for something that
Mm-hmm.
is so right in front of your face
Blatant. It's blatant.
to not
I
do.
mean, it's exactly.
So
Exactly.
we'll be there Monday. I hope
Mm-hmm.
we show up Monday and the charges are raised. They should be. But
Yes.
I just want folks to know I don't have a good feeling because of the conversation I had today about them telling me, "Hey, you should be proud, you should be happy. Things are going to change from this case on." Well, they should change with
No,
this case.
this case.
There's
No.
still time to change this one.
Right. Right.
And I hope we show up and it's changed. I'm not confident about that. If you're around Hardin County or E-Town, feel free to show up. I think it's 10:15 on Monday.
It is, and it's Jonathan Velez Rosado, in case anybody's checking names on the defendant.
So I can't. It's so frustrating.
It
We had
is.
just
No.
spent we had just spent 3 days last week at the prosecutors conference in Lexington,
Right.
and got some fantastic ideas. Ran
Mm-hmm.
into some prosecutors, some in Commonwealth Attorney's office, some in the county attorney's office, who were thankful for what we had done
Uh-huh.
for spreading the word about the statute. Some of them even talked about some cases they had in their county where they
Right.
increased the charges because of
Of
the
Ethan's
hard
law.
work with
Right.
this, and gave us some really good information on some people to follow or some things that had happened, and some really good ideas for some further legislation, one of which
Uh-huh.
we'd already been working on, one of which we got another great idea to
I know.
to talk to so many very intelligent, competent people,
Yes.
and to come back to something that is uh, and we spent a lot of time making sure that the word about this law got out there, and,
Well,
and they knew that it had changed, but didn't know the basics of it, which made it a first offense felony. That's why the law changed to begin with.
well, and the people that are saying they don't know the statute, many of them were in that courtroom when they showed the old statute and the new statute. So I don't know how you could claim ignorance on that one. I mean,
It
really.
is. Yeah, so that's my soapbox. I'll probably get back on it. I'm going to try not to, but
That's okay.
uh,
It's very
I'm
frustrating. I
I'm
mean, we
waiting for.
claw and we
And
claw to
made
get.
a couple other phone calls to some other wonderful people in Hardin County who have a connection to that county
Uh-huh.
attorney's office, that they were going to make a few phone calls. Um, any
Well,
of those people that would love to come on, love to talk about what's happening. I am, I there's a whole, and here's the other thing. There's a whole nother side to what is happening there, because I've
uh-huh.
told one thing about phone calls and reports, and I can blatantly look at some evidence of some what people have written down.
Yes.
Because
Uh-huh.
the heartbreaking thing about this right now is that the stuff that other people have gathered, this is not information that Jeff has gathered, that they have sent to me with
Mm-hmm.
people's names, phone numbers, information of
Right.
people that week and weeks leading up to that had called about this same house and the
Yes.
same dog.
Yeah.
That
Right.
that this could have been prevented is a whole nother lane we could go down. I'm
Yes.
trying to stay right
Isn't
in
that
this
the
lane right
truth?
now to make sure that these people get prosecuted right. That's a whole
I
nother
know.
lane out. When I get more information, we can go down that. But right now, we're just
Right.
trying to stick with what we know. And what we know is the
Uh-huh.
dog was restrained. There was intent,
Mm-hmm.
because they know how to take care of dogs. They didn't have all five of their dogs outside. They had four of them
Exactly.
outside. I've also heard stories about how that dog wasn't the person maybe that lived at the house. It was the person that was staying at the house. And anytime
Uh-huh.
that person left, that
They
dog got
put that.
stuck outside. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how to take care of these. You don't know how to take care of this one. And the dog died, like it's right there, black and white. So last I'll
Uh-huh.
say about it, that person should be charged with more crimes. Um,
Right.
it should be
Exactly.
elevated without a doubt. Charge them for the second degree animal cruelty for the other ones. Charge them with the no vaccines for the other ones. But you are not distinguishing in the charges that you have charged this person with. You're not distinguishing
What's the
this one
inside? Yeah.
dog that died,
Yeah.
the
The
dog that
treatment
suffered.
that dog. Right.
And I'll also say this: you don't need a veterinarian to testify that this was torture, because the state has already told you it's
It's
torture.
defined it.
Hyperthermia
Yes.
is a torture crime. But
Uh-huh.
I bet you can't find a vet anywhere that would sit on the stand and not tell you that dying of hyperthermia is not a torturous, horrific,
There's
painful way to go.
no, I'm sure they would not. If the legislation even believed it was, then I mean, it was hard to get anything past them, but they accepted and believed that hypothermia was torture.
And I remember, I don't want to throw the
Hmm.
name out there, but I'm almost positive about this story.
Uh-huh.
There was a particular House representative that spoke with D,
Hmm.
wrote the bill, and
Right.
asked for that to be put in there.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, with the summer we've had, we said we've had several cases of dogs dying in the heat.
And you
So,
have it just so happens in that 2 week time frame there, you had two cases in a county, and they're handling it. We'll see how it turns out, but they're handling
right,
exactly how it should be handled. And you've got
right.
Hardin County, who I guess would rather stand atop their trophies they received, and they're not doing
And
it right.
just, no, no. And even in the district court in Graves County, the judge brought up to the one defendant how horrific the crime was. Remember when Gage Walker was asking for what, a reduction in bond or something? And the judge was like, this is a horrible crime.
No, he said, you bring your cash or you're not getting out.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Mm-hmm. He
frustrating.
was a
Oh, and so
threat.
speaking of which, oh, I will say this before we jump ahead. Diana's asking what the dog's name is. We don't know the actual
No,
name of the dog. The two young ladies that saved the dog or jumped the fence and tried to help the dog, and they were told to put the dog back before they get
that's
arrested.
another part of
They
this.
have named the dog God's gift.
Oh,
We don't know what the original
the
dog.
actual name is, right, or
But
was.
speaking of Graves County, as we can move
Mhm.
on here, we talked with a Commonwealth attorney, a gentleman that worked in the Commonwealth attorney's office, and
Yes,
may
you
have been
did.
the Commonwealth attorney for Graves
Uh,
County when we were at the prosecutors conference last.
Yeah,
last
you
week.
had a good
And
long conversation with him, didn't you, Jeff?
yep, and he was very adamant about these are felony crimes.
Uh-huh.
They will be tried as felony crimes. In cases like this where these two dogs were intentionally left out in the heat and killed, he
Mm-hmm.
will not he will not offer diversion in those cases because they don't deserve it.
Oh, and we can just hope that he sticks with that, because the word diversion is becoming a nasty word in my vocab. I mean, I just hate the word diversion
Well,
anymore.
and I
So,
believe, again, this is what I was told, is that the
uh-huh.
first defendant, Gage Walker from Grayson County, is not eligible
Grapes.
for diversion anyway.
Grapes got, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Right. And
And
he,
then in the other case, there were three people in that home. And here, like,
uh-huh.
here's the other thing that this is why you, when you do your due diligence and you do things right, there's three people living in that house. You charge all
Exactly.
three of them.
Right. And he, yes, and they did.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? One of
Mm-hmm.
them's going to flip on the other one.
Yeah,
Two of them's going to flip on the
exactly.
other one. They all three had to hire different attorneys. So they got to get
Uh-huh.
conflict attorneys. That may take a while. But, just do your job.
Job.
Just
Yeah.
know your job, number one. And if
Well,
you
that's
don't
the
know it, say, I don't know, let me research it. Don't tell me something that is 100% false, something that I've looked at day by day for the last 2 years right here on my wall.
well, and we've been at that conference the last 2 years with Ethan, where he was quite visible. If they had any questions about the statute at all, we always give out your contact information. The law is there. You pass out copies of the law.
So
I don't
it's
know what else
either
they want you to do.
it's I'll leave it at this. It's either laziness
Mm-hmm.
or covering somebody's butt.
Incompetent somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
So,
what other,
um,
yeah, what
moving
other
on
reason could there be?
to our conference,
Yeah,
prosecutor's
another,
conference. This is the third year that we've gone to the prosecutors conference. Uh,
right.
we go there, we set up that was a lot of fun. It's one of the, I think I've
It
said this the last
is.
couple of years, it's one of the best things that we do because we get to talk to so many people that
Oh, we
are
do.
in the middle of what's going on around the state.
Yes, it is so worthwhile. And I always leave there thinking, oh my, we're going to make a difference in this many counties, because people stop out from counties where we haven't known of a court case. It's not that they haven't had a court case, it's just we don't know about it. So they often stop by and share that they have prosecuted or brought charges or tell us there's, we had a couple that, one young lady in particular that was telling us her success story, with prosecuting with Ethan's Law. So those stories are so good to hear.
Yeah, it is. The folks there are they're always so happy
Hmm.
to come over and see Ethan, and they even, so many of them even mentioned that the last couple of years they got, especially last year, they got some Ethan paw prints. And so
Uh-huh.
we made it a point to leave, and so many people said we've got it in our office, and people ask about it, and we got it on our wall, and I look at it every day. And so
Uh-huh.
we left slightly early Thursday, stop and pick up some more canvases, and got there early Friday and made a bunch more paw prints and handed them out for everybody because they seem to like them so much.
They did. But just another way to bring up the subject of Ethan's Law in their offices. So I mean that's a very valuable thing. It's a paw print, but it sure had it reached out to other people every time they said somebody new came into their office. So you never know
I will
what's
say
gonna
this:
leave an impact.
we meet so many folks there from all over the
Yeah,
state. Wonderful people, people like T. Pennington down in Clay County, uh,
definitely.
people like Nick Hunt in Scott County. So many,
Mm-hmm.
Tory, Jefferson, so many wonderful people. But there's a couple counties that, and as I think I've said it on here before, every county we go in, they say, "Oh, we take care of our animals. We're going to
Oh, we
prosecute
love
to the
our
fullest. We'll
animals.
do this. We'll
Yeah,
do that." And we always walk away and say, "We'll see."
Yeah.
It sounds
Proof is
good,
in the,
but we'll
yeah,
see. And so there
yeah.
are a couple counties that told us that and then backtracked on some cases in their counties. And those particular people, they walk by and don't even look our way.
Yeah,
Like
we're
they don't even make eye contact. They just
we're starting to have people that avoid us like the plague, aren't we, Jeff? We sit there or stand there and then we go, oh, there they go again. Oh, there they go again.
if you can't, you know what? If you can't,
Own
if
up to
you
what
make a
you,
decision
yes,
for if you make a decision for a court case
exactly.
and it's not popular, or you've had a discussion with, let's say, me or you or someone about it, and it's not
Uh-huh.
what we agree with, and
Right.
you can't come to me and explain to me why you did that or give me
Yeah.
some reasons or tell me why you did that, that
Yeah.
tells me you were wrong.
If you can't defend your actions, then you know
Mm-hmm.
your actions were wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. And several of them were not wanting to
Yeah.
defend their
No,
actions
no,
for sure. So,
definitely not. That's okay. That's okay. We're
yeah,
going to go
it's
back next
okay.
year. It's in Louisville. We already have plans to go back
Yeah.
next year. It'll be fantastic. But we had, it's a good time. We set up Ethan's booth, set up right there in the lobby of the center. There's T. Pennington,
Yeah. Clay
assistant
County.
district county attorney in Clay County.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful man. We've met him for a couple years. Got some information. He's now gotten involved with volunteering with their shelter down there, and was asking for some information. We got him some there. We also met his wife, who was also,
Sandy.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
who was there. Let's
Yeah.
see what other pictures I have. Here's a picture of Ethan and I
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah. Getting
Uh,
some loving.
there's Ethan waiting for a treat.
People cannot imagine. I mean, everybody knows how good Ethan is, but to think of us being in this convention hallway for 3 days, and I don't even think he finally maybe bark once in the
Yeah, I
three.
think one time because someone had brought some treats over that he was really interested. But
Yes.
they even bring out food and lay it out there in
Oh,
the
he's
mornings and
so
at lunch
good.
as a buffet, and he's like, whatever, I don't need
Yeah,
that.
he's so well behaved. Yeah, and Darlin, her mother came
Darla
by to
came by to
visit.
pick up a few things and to say
Hey,
hello.
Darla.
There's
Yes.
sometimes Ethan would just lay under the table with his nose sticking out the front, which I thought was kind of funny.
Oh, we are always the most popular booth, though. That's for sure. Our table
He's
gets the most visitors.
he's an attraction, and the convention center
Yes,
is right next to the Mary Todd Lincoln House.
which I didn't know until you pointed that out.
Yeah.
So,
So there you go. There's a connection to Mary Todd Lincoln.
and then
It's
on the
also next.
other side,
It's also next to the First Baptist Church.
hmm
And if I was going to post this picture the other day, make a little comment about the First Baptist Bar and Grill, if you know any songs, but I didn't want to offend anyone. But it's just a song from
yeah.
a comedian, but it's a funny little song. And
And on
right,
the other side, from the Mary Todd Lincoln home, we have,
you got Rupp Arena right there. Yep.
yeah, we do. Yeah. I mean, the place where what is that? Is it Central Bank?
Central
No.
Bank, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very nice facility, but to have it next year, I mean, we're told it's at the Marriott, and I'm like so excited because I'm thinking, obviously Ethan's banner is hanging on that building.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's
yeah.
one positive. The other positive is I just keep thinking, wow, it's another hour of sleep I get.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. They're going to have to really work to top the food though, because food's really good down. I tell you what, they put on, you know, the food's good. So they're
There.
going to have to work on it at the Marriott.
So yep. So that'll be next year. We've done, I don't know, like 8 or so podcasts for Hero Dogs.
For
Looking for
dogs.
more. I
Uh-huh.
just found someone who had reached back out to me, and for some reason
Good.
their email was showing up in junk, and I just don't check my junk email very often. But
Okay.
I'll reach out to them. I have reached out to quite a few other folks. I haven't heard back. If you know of anyone or know the way of getting a hold of anyone, We'd love to have all of them on,
Oh yeah,
uh,
definitely.
but
Yeah.
always enjoy hero dogs. And while we are talking about hero dogs, it is voting is open until September the 18th.
Thanks.
You can
Right.
vote once a day. Those are all 25 semifinals. And like just when you think it is hard to pick somebody you want to vote for when you read the nominations,
Oh no,
when you
yeah.
get
Then you
people on the podcast and you
oh my
hear
goodness.
like their stories, you just want to think, oh my gosh, that person should win. And then you talk to the next person, and you're like, wow, that person should win.
I
Uh,
know. I know. I love hearing their stories in person with their owners, but it does. It really makes it even harder. The stories have been so good that we've had on. So if you anybody's missed them, go back and catch them. They're so good.
yeah, you can find all of them. I mean, if you want to watch them,
Mm-hmm.
you can watch them on YouTube, but you can find them all on Apple Podcast, iHeart, or Spotify. Just go to the show Ethan Live. You can like the show or follow the show, and then it'll tell you anytime a new episode is put out.
Right. But it never ceases to amaze me when we talk to these people. I mean, I know dogs are capable of incredible things, but you just it still just shocks me well, I love hearing it too, what these dogs are capable of being able to do for their humans. It's amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff.
It is. And do you want to touch on, I guess we didn't update people on court. Well, there was no court last week, in case people were wondering, because of the conference. But for those in Meade County, they might have been wondering about Jason Basham, Jeff. So he was supposed to be in court, but he will be in court now on the 17th of
Yeah,
September.
it got put off because all the prosecutors were in Lexington.
Right, right. And then we were in Jefferson County
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
day. Mhm.
Monday, right? Monday.
Monday. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, for Lauren Eaton, which is Pearl's Paw,
Another.
was charged with 4950 misdemeanor counts.
Right, right.
They have at this point they've removed all the dogs from the property. I think she surrendered every dog, even her own personal dogs, to. So that case is going to obviously stay a misdemeanor, and in that particular case,
Yeah.
you hope that as part of whatever agreement you have for her to plead guilty to these 50 second degree animal cruelty things, you make sure that there's something in there that says she can't have dogs for a period of time.
Right,
2 years,
right.
3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we have seen with people in those circumstances um,
They
is they get out and they start accumulating dogs again.
they begin again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Start with a few and a few more and a few more, and then they're in the same situation again. So
Yeah,
I
same
know our
situation.
conversation was interesting. I know, I think you had the conversation. I had the same conversation with different people at the conference about the different types of cases we're seeing. You have obviously the hoarding cases we were talking about. Then we're having more of the abandonment cases, as we were calling them. And then you get into the cases that are definitely torture.
Yeah,
And
and to me, I kind of put those in like two different categories. The people that started off
uh-huh.
with their heart in the right place, want to help
Right.
dogs or cats, and they kept taking them in because they couldn't say no, and they
Yeah.
accumulate all these animals, and they get to a point they can't take care of all of them. It's too many,
Uh-huh. Right.
and then all of a sudden the animals are living in these horrific conditions. They won't accept help. They're embarrassed to ask for help. They don't want to ask for help. They should be charged with something.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And then you run into people that intentionally do something. And I put the
Exactly.
people that intentionally leave their animals behind, the abandonment, I
Uh-huh.
put that in the same group as the people that are intentionally physically hurting their animal or
Right.
physically, withholding food, shelter, water, whatever from them because they know what they're doing. They're
Yes.
intentionally leaving this animal behind, knowing there's no resources for the animal.
Uh-huh. And we've
So,
had several cases where people have left apartments And that's where they've left the pets chained even or
Yeah.
tied. So there's no way for the animal to even try to escape.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yes.
not. There's a couple different, and I had someone mention to me uh, earlier today, as a matter of fact, maybe we
Oh,
should just start charging everyone with felonies and
uh,
eliminate the second degree animal cruelty. And I was like, no, that's not the answer either.
that's not what
Like,
we're
that's
trying to
there.
do.
There are
No,
people that need to be charged with second degree animal cruelty,
right.
and there are people that need to be charged with felony animal torture, animal
Hmm.
abuse, and that's you just. I mean, there are,
That's,
and here's the funny thing, and it's not funny. I don't mean that in that kind of
yeah.
way, but
No,
what I mean is you there are very few cases where you look at the details and you go, is that animal abuse or is that torture? Like
no,
most of them, it's very obvious what it is.
yeah, it's usually pretty clear cut. Yeah.
And if you've got to look that closely and is this or is this that,
Then
then
you probably, yeah.
yeah, that's a whole nother story. Most of the time,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty obvious.
Um,
Do you
yeah.
know? Do you
So,
have your list there? I know Monday, the 31st, we have this defendant in Hardin County.
yeah.
It's District Court 1015. Uh,
Right.
who else do we have? We have anybody else next week?
Yes. Chance Shanklin is finally back up in Warren County
That's Bowling
on the
Green
third.
area.
It's 31st. Also, he's
That's
got a
Monday.
pretrial
Okay.
at 1 o'clock. John Mann, or John, the guy from Christian County.
Christian County. Yeah.
Yes, he's back on the docket again. He's the second.
They and that delay. Well, what we are being told is that delay is they're just trying to put all
Combined.
this stuff together.
Yes, he had he had charges. This has been going on so long, he's had new charges. Shock there, but he's continued to
Well,
be
and any
charged.
like anytime, no offense to those folks, but anytime you start hearing, let's combine these things,
Yeah, that's a
it's the animal stuff that gets left
shoved
behind.
to the bottom. Yes, exactly. And also, Jeff, the other one I've got next week, which you'll be interested too, is Dominic Kennel. He's
Yeah,
back in Fayette County next week. So,
that's
yeah,
another one that makes no sense. That Dominic Kennel case.
I know.
I mean, why does that take so long? Why are we still talking about
Still
this case
dealing
a
with
year
him.
later? That guy
Right,
walked up to somebody who was walking their dog and stabbed their dog, who he, supposedly didn't know the person or the dog, and stabbed the
exactly.
dog with a knife. Like
Right,
the intent is there. He tried to hurt the dog. He
right.
intentionally inflicted pain on it. Why are we? Why is that still going on? That makes no
I
sense.
don't know. I don't know, but it is. So we've got it. So we'll see what they decide to do in Fayette County with him. So, yep,
Very.
that case is from 25 because his, you can look, obviously his case number is still 25. So, yeah, but that's next week. So,
Well, that is our. If you tuned in late and didn't hear anything about Hardin County, you can go back listen to it from the beginning, and we'll go on. You'll hear a rant about Hardin County that I hope some way makes a difference with something. Whether people show
yeah,
up
I do
or they
too.
call the county attorney's office there in Hardin County, or we reach out to the media. Something has to happen with that. There's no way we can't just sit back. If Don Jones wants to not charge that, then that's on him. He's got to be the one that goes home and sleeps at night. But we're going to do everything
But
we can. There's still time, so we want to do everything we can to
yeah,
try to get those charges where they're supposed to be.
well, and if he decides not to charge, then his constituents in his county deserve to know that that was his decision. Or that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, if that's not what you want, if you got something so black and white in front of you and you don't want to follow through with it, um,
Then it's time for the people in
that
Hardin County to speak out. Hmm.
well, it's Ethan has been teaching his younger sister
Oh,
And typically, when we're on these podcasts, you see me here, but a lot of times I'll show you that Ethan is right next to me sleeping
Yeah, he's
most of that
usually
because
laying
he's
on the
very
couch.
uninterested and very bored. But today, you've got Sage has taken his spot right there on the couch.
Oh,
And so
okay.
she's
So
sleeping right there, but then he's sleeping right over there on the bed. So neither one of them. I'm embarrassed to say he has taught her uh,
hmm.
to just be very bored during the
I
podcast.
was going to say, we did not excite either one of them then with our conversation.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So
Okay.
Deb Rogers
Well,
says, "Is Hardin County still on the 31st?" Yes.
yes.
I don't. You must have tuned in a little bit late, Deb, or you would know that because the first 15 minutes is me just being very frustrated with Hardin County. Feel free to go back and listen.
Go back and listen,
But yes, 31st,
Jim.
10:15, Deb. If you can be there and bring some of the other folks that were there was a fantastic showing of folks that were there during that Morgan Barrett case,
Yes,
and
there were.
we need you want to make some change. We got to show, got to let people know
Uh-huh.
that there are
That
people that
people are
want change.
watching and
Yeah.
yes, and that's not acceptable in the county they reside. So,
Hashtag truth.
okay.
All right. So thanks for everybody listening. We will get some more of these Hero Dog podcasts out there.
Yeah.
I love doing those because I love hearing the stories. I love meeting the people. And when you hear about what these dogs are doing in Mississippi or Louisiana or Miami, I mean, just all over the place. It's just really
Uh-huh.
pretty incredible.
It is. It is. And the internet problems in Louisiana and Mississippi are worse than Kentucky,
Yeah, we
which
won't. Yeah,
really makes me feel better.
we won't talk about Starlink, but
Oh no.
there's the 25 semifinals again, September
Yeah,
18th. Get your votes in. Here's some random
definitely.
pictures I still have on my uh, from a couple things we
Oh,
did ago. There's a movie poster. There's a good photo there. Uh,
yes.
Kelly Sullivan and Sean
From
Patrick
some
Franklin.
movie, is that from going to be, some movie I heard about, I
Some
think.
movie coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, thank you for everybody for tuning in and listen
Yeah.
to uh, just a lot of me being very upset about complaining
Well,
about
we're passionate. You're passionate about this. It matters. It's
it. Does
important.
matter. Yeah.
So,
I mean, you
yes,
can't.
you can't
The
just shove
animals.
it away and
They
say,
don't.
oh, well,
They don't
you
have a
know,
voice. And they can't they can't type, they can't pick up the phone and call, they can't, we got to be their voice. They can't stand up in court,
right,
especially
right.
when they're not alive
Yeah.
and something has been
And
done
they've
so
been
horrific
tortured.
that they lie.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know what, Mr. Assistant County Attorney, if you need someone to stand up and talk about, dying
The
in the
law.
heat is not torture, I
No.
urge you to sit out there yourself in the heat
Yeah.
day after day after day, no food, no water, no shelter, and we'll see whether you think that's
In
torture.
that kind of, extreme heat. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is all for
Okay.
today. We'll get some more of the Hero Dog podcast out there. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Great.
Debbie. Thanks to everybody for watching.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
We
Bye
hope to see
bye.
some folks next Monday in Hardin County.
Yeah,
If
for sure.
you feel froggy, call up your
Compelled.
county attorney in Hardin County.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk to everybody
Okay.
soon.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.